Awesome to be there today to talk about CRO. So I wanted to give you a quick rundown of like a quick presentation of who I am. Basically, I'm Alex Courselle. I'm a CRO specialist. I've been working in the field for quite a while now. I've been working in different continents and different countries. So get knowledge across like Paris, Canada, US, UK, New Zealand, Australia. Very interesting. So I've been doing CRO since 2011. And yeah, basically I worked my whole career in agencies, which is quite interesting because in agencies we do a bit more projects that from the client side. And yeah, so I created KARL about like a year and a half ago. And we're part of a global group, which is quite interesting that we met with, we built with people for quite a while, actually the same people that I worked with since 2011. And yeah, so the particularity of KARL is we basically have a lot of CRO specialists in-house. And because I'm a bit crazy, I hired only designers that we train to be CRO specialists because it's really hard to have data analysts that are going to become designers, but we can actually find designers that want to be CRO specialists and learn a bit more about data. I prepared as well a quick guide of CRO for you on our website, but no pressure. We're just going to get started with, we have the 6 websites here that are ready to go. Cool. And we have Julie that is ready to reply to any questions. So let's start with the made coffee. So I just organized the website by, the way I just wanted to go through, nothing particular. The way I manage the study in terms of CRO is very simple. For me, it's about attention span and, how long people are going to actually spend on the website, especially when they're going to land, because we know that as soon as we request people to scroll down, we take a risk. As soon as we request people to start to go through the navigation and find things by themselves and make a click, you take a risk. So depending of if you run organic traffic mainly, or if you run ads, it's going to be quite costly to take that risk. So, I'm talking to all the website for insurance that spend about $900 to get a click, to get a lead that convert to their website. If they actually think about that strategy above the fold and thinking about that attention span when people land on a website, they would actually decrease their bounce rate and surely get some more conversions. So here we land on the website. The first thing I like to do personally is to always understand what the product is, what the website is about. So here we got an eCommerce that basically sell matcha. It's going a bit like it's rolling out. It's quite fast. Personally, I don't really like to put a lot of sliders. The reason is there's a lot of people that get motion sickness and it's just not really good for accessibility. Or otherwise, I will do it very slowly, but I would try to maybe highlight different products into the header and not having sliders. Let's talk about the persona. That's another thing that I like to do when I land on a website is try to understand who's going to come onto this website. So let's go through together and just have a look. So a few coffee products with the reviews. I can see the price range. Surely will be depending of like the size. That's what I'm expecting, but we'll see. Cool. Okay. So something missing around here would be the USPs, the unique selling points. So why would I buy on this website? I'd be curious to go through the competition and look at what they look like, but we're not going to have the time today. But basically, I would maybe talk about the delivery, because when I buy a product, especially on e-commerce, the first thing I want to know is like when I'm going to be delivered. Is the delivery free or not? I can see there's free shipping over $50. This is a Shopify, I think. Let's have a look quickly. So I just opened a few tools for you guys. I like to use Build With. Just give me a quick rundown of what's on. So they use Klaviyo, so they have like that retention campaigns going on, which is not really cheap with Klaviyo. But yeah, it's a Shopify. Cool. We got Afterpay. Awesome. Yeah. There's no Ojar, nothing to record the mouse move at this stage on this website, so I don't know what's the maturity in terms of CRO at this stage, but quite interesting to go through. So the second thing that I like looking is like basically this website is for B2C. Sadly today we got only a website for B2C. We don't have any website for B2B. I like to have a bit of both, so then we can actually talk about the different persona. Remember that people that come from B2B, they will be connected to the website from Monday to Friday. They're surely going to have a drop-off on Saturday, Sunday. And if you look at Google Analytics, you should be able to see those drop-in, drop-off, drop-in, drop-off. For B2C, it should be quite constant. Otherwise, they can have a season. I don't think there's any season on this one, but I don't have access to analytics, so I cannot tell you like for sure. Another thing is because it's a B2C website, mainly people will be using the website on mobile and not really on desktop. So we might have to basically reduce this window and try to look at the website from a mobile perspective. Cool. Navigation on the left doesn't really matter. I prefer like having it on the right, but I'm a left-handed, so it's kind of interesting. Not working for me. Okay. Have a prime on the display. Okay. Okay, I reduced it too much. So basically when I'm on mobile, we have the shop, we have the wholesale, we got the blog, the influencer, about us, the wish list, search. What is quite interesting when you look at Shopify, and it happened quite often with Shopify, so I hope I offend no one. I don't really mind, but I've been facing that issue quite often with Shopify. The problem with Shopify is the navigation to start with. So you have that big navigation here, and you can see they have the cold and the whole bean coffee. So the first recommendation I would do to try to avoid people to like do a click to actually find which icon they need to click on is to have a sub navigation. So you could actually have your first navigation and a sub navigation that would have those two articles. And that will make people like life quite easier because they will be able to go to CRO straight away. From there, this is quite animated, like it, that's fun. Just watch out with the motion sickness again. In the US, you guys got a lot of recommendation about accessibility, so just be careful with that. Cool, we can have a quick view or we can do a quick shop. I'm gonna just get into a product page. So far, can I see which one is the most like the best seller? Maybe not. Let's have a look. I'm quite curious to know the best seller, so I'm just gonna use the SEMrush and see what keywords we are actually on to understand, where the traffic come from. Cool, I'm on it now. SEO became a bit hard. Most of the traffic come from the US. Let's look at the top coffee. Okay, made coffee, 22nd Street, coffee made. Let's have a look to the details. I like to understand like what's your SEO strategy, because people will land on those pages, on those like deep pages that are the product page and stuff like that. So I need to understand basically what products are you trying to push first. Okay, so from what I can see, made coffee will be number one, and then after we get a cold brew that is like way under. But the page the most visited from an SEO perspective seems to be, it's the nitro brew. Can I find the nitro brew? Yeah, cool. Needs to be the main page that people are getting in from. And again, have a look from your SEO perspective where people like come from, what type of keywords they've been typing to actually find you. So cool. We have a few pictures about the product. I like the illustration, it's pretty cool. And the packaging is awesome. Pictures are cool. Like, yeah, there's a bit of love that's been done there. It's quite nice. We got a 6-pack. All the options of payment are there. Pretty easy there. We buy per pack, I'm guessing. Description, additional information, reviews. Cool. One of the things that I like doing when I land on a product like that, or even when I run a user study with the panelists, I ask them what they expect to see on the page. So surely they're going to talk to me about the pricing, they're going to talk to me about the delivery, and all that type of things. So here I understand that if I buy 3, I basically have that discount that apply for me. So surely people will buy at least 3. I'm hoping to see that in the analytics, at least 3 packs. What else would you expect to see on the website, like when you land on the product page? So additional information would be the size, 6-pack. This is not really useful at this stage to have those 3. We talk about it quite often in my team as well. I prefer having everything on a 1-pager, but this particular information about the size and the 6-pack could just be here into the description, and it will just avoid people to click on this link that is not really useful at this stage. But other than that, it's pretty cool, nice. We can actually go through all the different other products. There's reviews. Let's have a look at the reviews. I'm quite curious. Best flavor. Wish I could buy it local. That's awesome. I'm not a coffee drinker myself, but sounds pretty cool. Another thing that we could look at now is looking at the mobile version of it. Let's have a look. Okay. I don't know if I would organize the page like this. So people are supposed to land on this page first. This product page take a lot of space. If I was selling a really high tech or like an outdoor kind of product, or I don't know, a laptop or something like that, maybe I would actually, I like the picture that big. But here people really want to come for the price, surely have a few information and be able to buy quickly. So I would reduce surely the size of the picture to make it easier. Again, we think about above the fold. So above the fold, I would like to see the price and the main informations. It seems like people are actually landing on this page directly from Google. So yeah, I think if they land on mobile because they come from B2C, it makes sense that we just reorganize a bit the prioritization. I would A/B test it, not apply it straight away, and see how people react with it actually. Cool, because all those effects that we see here will not exist on mobile. We get still those 3 steps. This product is available in store only. Here we go. Let's talk about the footer very quickly. I'm going to talk about it for each side. But basically, when people scroll down a website, especially on mobile for B2C, again, they're going to land on your footer. This footer is cool, no problem. However, it needs to be a bit smarter because you come to a dead end now. The first option you're going to have to do is to go back up, or you're going to have to go back to the shop. And remember, if you go back to the shop, you're going to have to click between all the different products and the categories that you want to go for. So maybe not the smartest way to actually put it on. So 1, break down the categories at this spot, or maybe 2, if you already know where they're going to go next, because you know that 80% of the traffic follow that flow, then just make sure that you already have the next product in, so then they would go straight away to it. I would try to anticipate as much as possible and have that emotional intelligence that you can actually bring some solutions before they get to a dead end. Because right now you take a risk that people drop. Again, I don't think they run a lot of ads because of the margin that you're making. The cheaper the product is, the more the ads doesn't really make sense. So I would be quite careful with that. Something that I was actually quite curious about is how many people are going for wholesale, and surely there's a lot, because in terms of priorities, the first one is product, but I would have actually break down maybe the 2 products here into the navigation into the cold and the coffee, and they actually brew equipment. So let's get into the coffee a little bit just to see if there's any difference. Yeah, same. Cool. So we have a subscription model. Yeah, that make more sense for the website. That was the number one product that was actually at the top in terms of coffee. So from the SEO perspective, I mean, so that means that subscription is something that they want to push and make more sense for the business. And, that's where the money is, the monthly recurrent revenue that everyone is talking about. Yeah. Okay. So let's go for a subscription delivery every 30 days. Let's add it to cart. So I'm on my mobile, add an order note, estimate. Okay. Add a coupon. Yeah, those icons, again, like you need to have another click. I don't know if it's not worth it to actually put it on straight away, and then like give people the option to get into it. Otherwise, they're gonna have to click. They're on mobile, so they're not gonna be able to do this. They're gonna have to click every time. So I would try to save clicks as much as possible. What we do on a daily basis is try to like reduce the user journey, and I count the number of clicks, the number of forms, the number of interactions that people are going through to try to make it like seamless interactions, seamless user journey. Agree with the terms and conditions, and then I can view the cart or check out. I don't drink coffee, so no offense. Can buy to offer actually. Is there any gift card on this website? Cool. Let's get into the wholesale. Very interesting, this one. So I fully understand that we need the full name. I thought if we have full name, we don't need last name, because full name will be first name and last name. So I'm guessing here I would try to get the phone number more, and then here the email and the message. Again, I would try to maybe have an object or the subject, and people could actually select it into a menu. There's a lot of different things that you could do that would help people to fill the survey, like the form, very quickly without actually going through every detail all the time. Cool. Here's a phone number. Yeah, awesome. Same, I think, for the influencers. We're gonna get into the about us after, but influencers is quite long. A lot of details. For this one, they're a bit more engaged. If they come here, their attention span will be a bit longer. They actually come to, make a deal, find a partner, make more sense. I would still try to create like an emotional connection. That's something that I'm going to talk about. Sorry, I don't really match with coffee. So I'm not too sure what emotional connection people are expecting, maybe a barista or someone making coffee or drinking coffee. But I'm expecting to like have a human face on pages, especially on like pages that can be quite strategic. So let's go back into the wholesome. Here, for example, I don't see those people making the deal that they're going to resell the products and they're not happy about it. It's just people drinking coffee. So focusing on testing those pictures and like creating that emotional connection and reviewing a little bit the user experience would be something I would focus on personally. I like to use icons for people to not read and try to have some USPs as well. So above the fold again, I would try to have maybe 3 USPs around here and to explain like very quickly in 3 USPs what the partnership is about. Are we delivering only in the US? Can I actually take a partnership if I'm in Mexico, in Alaska? Right, it's the US, but in Canada, no idea. Let's review the About Us page. Yeah, this is cool. We got a bit more emotional connection there. We can see the factory where it's made. So that built the trust to me, and that's where I'm coming from. Is like by building that emotional connection, I'm actually building trust with the user, and that's what I'm after for him to stay on the website, to not bounce, and then after to just go through the website and read it. This is really cool. You get your own branding, your own tone of voice. if like, you put a lot of love into this website, that's awesome. Made with purpose, sorry. Made to matter, made to last. We are self-made. That's very strong values. Really like it. And actually, those values resonate with me, so I really feel like it's something I should maybe push actually on the homepage. To be honest, if I go back to the homepage, that's maybe the values I would display here. Maybe not all of them. I would talk about some, maybe the delivery that is expected, how long the delivery will take, maybe trying to push with the best sellers or whatever. But yeah, that's what I would try. Let's get back into the about us. I was quite surprised as well that the about us is so late into the nav. So if you made that decision, that means that people already know you. But if people don't know you and don't trust your brand, your about us would be at the front. The reason why is because it would be one of the first click. I'm gonna give another tip away here. So making the logo in the middle is actually quite disturbing on the nav. So personally, I like to put it on the left, like everyone else does. I don't reinvent anything. The search box for me is always on the right. So on every website, so I would not try to be original. I would just follow what is on the other website. In general, its top right would be around here, and it would be the search box, where the logo would be here, and the cart is always there. So no problem with that. This is awesome. I would like to see the team, or try to harmonize a little bit more the brand. That could be very interesting. That's something I would actually focus on. But yeah, anyway, we spend a lot of time on this website, so I'm going to move on to the next one. But yeah, sorry, I just want to check if I didn't miss anything else with the affiliates or the blog. I will just talk about the blog very quickly. When people land, you write blog for what reason? For people to actually come from those pages from an SEO perspective. So you're expecting those pages to be a landing page. So please treat them as a landing page as such. And make sure that on every page, when people land, above the fold, you actually show one product or a banner. Could be a banner on the left, a banner on the right, or a banner in the middle of the content. But try to push one of the product where you know that they're going to go and they're actually quite keen to go. Depending on what type of article, if it's an article that is more for the wholesale or for the affiliates, then I would try to have the right journey for that ready. Cool. I think we're good for that one. Let's move on to Glowforge. So Glowforge is an interesting one. I actually have 3D printers myself, so I've been enjoying looking at this website. The navigation bar is quite heavy, and it's been quite interesting to go through it. I would review a little bit how the navigation been done. Same. I would maybe try to have a sub navigation bar to try to push the product a bit more, or depending of the prioritization. At this stage, I feel like the design, what you can buy for the design or what you can buy for the product, or like in terms of it's basically competing. So I would try to direct people to the right direction straight away, and make sure that like we get Orion performances. So maybe Orion performance would be on the as a subcategory. Limited time only, claim the free shipping. So if you take the whole option, this is a whole package. I already looked at it. You would have like everything in it. That was quite surprising for me. No more pictures here. This website actually used Optimizely. I already had a look. So, Optimizely is kind of, the Rolls-Royce of A/B testing on the market. And it's very complete. It's not cheap, let's say. Let's put it that way. So I would try to really test with different pictures and see how we can create that emotional connection. Here we got like a long description. People are not reading this. Like, I don't know how many people are reading. I would love to see that into, like, I don't remember if you use Full Story or Vojar, but I know there's one of two that is actually set up. I would try to have a look and see if people are actually spending time reading stuff. But I would try to put all the different features for the different products very quickly and easy to catch for everyone, and for people to be able to compare those products without doing clicks. So right now I'm trying to make up my mind between the Glowforge Pro or the Plus. I have no idea what it is. I'm gonna have to read those 3 or 4 lines, and I don't think people will. And that could be a problem of your drop off actually at this stage. Another thing, if I come back to the homepage, it's, I still don't have USBs here. I saw in the FAQs that you guys explained the difference between the 3D printer and the Glowforge product. And I think that's really cool, but it comes really far away, like into the support. I need to go into the support FAQs, and that type of information, I'm quite sure it could be quite interesting. So FAQs, especially for e-commerce and like tech products like your product, would make sense to be a bit higher into the navigation, like to be up on the customer journey, so the customer can actually understand that before, and he can make a decision to start to go through it. Putting the video here make complete sense. I really like the video that you guys did on YouTube. There's already like 46,000 people that follow you on YouTube, so this product is awesome. The traffic is actually pumping. It's there's a lot of love as well on this website. This is really cool, but I would put it above the fold. This is the trust element that we're talking about. Again, I don't know, I wasn't in the meeting with you guys, but I'm quite curious to understand why it's under the fold. I would try to review. The video is awesome, but we can actually put those icons on top, especially those logos that build the trust very quickly. New York Times, Forbes, makes sense. Cool. Here, a lot of things. It's they're cool pictures. I don't really know how people are using the website, interacting with it at this stage. I'm very curious to understand how people are interacting. A lot of videos. It's awesome, but I think we need to educating by giving, small icons, small USBs, giving your message while people are just scrolling down, but not really reading like big segment of content is very important. The creators makes sense to me. The footers is very professional. SEO, I can see that you guys work on it. That's cool. Let's look at a product to get in. So it's by Glowforge. We're going to get into the most popular. We can compare the options. Let's have a look. So we got a comparator here. That's awesome. Like when I talk about comparing in 3 seconds, that's not really what we're doing now. We actually have to find the call to action and go through it. The compare options is there, maybe a bit too low into the navigation, but I would try to have just icons and really review those boxes. Imagine those boxes with a picture, a few icons that explain the difference between two of them, and like it would be the main point of difference. If I have to give an example, it's basically one doesn't do the cut speed, but the other one does. One does the giant print and the other one doesn't. Or maybe you talk about the speed. Not too sure. For the rest, it seems quite similar anyway. That's just the top speed. So you can finish like 1/3 of the time faster with the Pro. I don't know if I would print that much at home, but for professionals or maybe people that are really doing that quite often, it's quite cool. This website, I think, was WordPress. I was quite surprised as well about it looked like a Shopify checkout. We're actually in France now, so I got the full package here. That's cool. So we got a card in 3 steps: address, shipment method, and payment. It's like Shopify. I don't know if we use WooCommerce or anything there, but yeah. Another thing here, you get the limited time only. If you really want people to rush, why not making a timer? There's 5 rules to actually do good UX, and one is to create the urgency. So creating the urgency by making a countdown would maybe create more sales, maybe not, but that's something I would test. Especially Optimizer is set up already, so countdown would take 2 minutes to test. It would be a fun test for Monday morning for you guys. The chat, really cool. I'm not really a big fan of it, to be honest. I think every time we've been trying to have chat to try to increase the sales, it's for different type of markets, but I don't know if it would work for this particular website. Same as before, I don't know at this stage it's like it's a 50-50 desktop and mobile, but to be honest, I'm quite curious about it because there's some businesses that come, there's some educators, there's a lot of learnings as well, support. Contact us. I think a lot of people can have questions there. This is cool. We create the emotional connection. We can actually see the team, and I would even maybe put their name. I would maybe even sometimes, like maybe not on this website, but I would even put the LinkedIn of people, and yeah, to go through. This is long. This is a lot of options. Maybe a rolling menu would be better, to try to save time and get everything above the fold, and having some like help or FAQs here. There's no FAQs on this page. Oh, they're quite low on the navigation. Yeah, I would use the space a bit better at the top. Cool. Payment option. We're going to have to move websites. Sorry, I spent too much time on the first one, but I give a lot of tips away, so you guys can reemploy that for every of them. Same here, for example, I would maybe talk about one particular product. It's quite interesting to do. Another thing that you could do at the top navigation, my last tip away before we change the website, is I would maybe put background color on one of the different category, because I already know that it would boost the traffic by like 5 to 10% overall at the end of the year into that particular category. So please think about the customer journey from end to end again, and make sure that we actually have everything that we understand where people are going to go, what's the question that they anticipate, and we try to show them the right answer before they even think about it. Education is really big for this type of products. Cool. Let's get into Click and Grow. It's very short, like 32 minutes in. I did only 2 websites. Sorry, guys. I hope I'm not deceiving anyone. I'm going to try my best. Cool. So for Click and Grow, this website got a lot of traffic. It's awesome. I really love the fact that they give back to school. That's back to school sale. But I saw that there's a few things there that are quite interesting. Like especially the subscription. You can see here, like above the fold, I don't see this. So please reduce a bit the header, make sure that we can actually see those logos above the fold. Have a bit of USPs as well. There's not much USPs, and I think it's a Shopify, but let's have a look quickly. If it is a Shopify, no, it's not. Yeah, it is a Shopify. Again, navigation bar. Maybe this could be already straight up open. Like I could have those 4 icons straight away open. I'm saving one click. I actually explain to people that I got pods, I got indoor garden, I got indoor garden kits, and I got accessories. Subscription was quite interesting. I found it quite cool, but as you can see here, there's a lot of like different colors and call to action. So please, think, and like even this is clashing as well. You have so much colors here. I would try to organize for human eyes, and it's changing color as well. So you get 2 different banner. But I would try to have, an organization, like what is the most important call to action, and then after I follow through. But if you have the red first, then after you have the orange, and then after you have another one. But basically try to be nice for people, to direct them with their eyes and be able to take them to the right direction. I should go into a product page. Categories. Those products are pretty cool. Okay. This is taking a bit too much space for me. We already talked about it before. I don't know if people are landing on this page or if they land from the home page at this stage. Something to look at in the analytics, but I would be very strategic on the way it's organized. So, for example, those pictures could be on the left. This is okay. They're very good pictures. Dark. That doesn't change. So how do I see it dark? I don't. There's a promotion. Yeah, when you put like a discount like this, in general, I like to show the value of that promotion. So if you don't show the value, basically, you have no idea how much you're saving. It's a bit sad because I don't know if it's a 10%, 20%. Like, I feel like, you know, people need to calculate it basically to know if it's a good deal. Recommended use. What's in the box? Pictures or icon could be cool here. There's a lot of things to read. Those products are quite complicated, so people are quite engaged with it. FAQs. No, that's cool. That's really cool. I would reorganize the page and try to test different way to organize like all the different product page. So, you know, what are people, what the user is looking for landing on this page. I think it's quite interesting. How the save is here. Save is here, but the price is here. So maybe get the price higher, and get the reviews like just under it, or or get this closer to this. But again, attention span here would be 3 to 5 seconds. So don't take a risk and try to organize the page a bit better. Finally, there's the sales page. I'm guessing a lot of people are getting into this page, and it's actually in red into the navigation. So we should have more traction to this page. Cool. I can add stuff there directly to the basket, which is awesome. A lot of products on the sales. Filters? Any filters? No filters. Cool. When we get to like long pages like this, same, like it's really hard for people to go through them. Like I don't know how many websites they do before they buy something on one of those websites. But one sure thing is a filter would help them to make a decision faster and to navigate like faster into the product. So if it's flowers that they want, they should have flowers. If they're looking for salads or like anything that they can eat, then for me it needs to be a filter. I think that would be quite interesting. Any questions? No? Okay. Just wondering. Awesome. Referral program, loyalty. Yeah, same feedback about the footer, how to make sure that the footer is actually optimized when people land on it at the end of the website. Let's get into the blog, and then after we move on. This is really cool. Could we have the product with the pricing, or could we display maybe a list of products? Right now we have to do another click to get into the products. Again, remember that the blog is to suggest basically products from people that come from SEO purpose. So right now we take a risk again for them to go to buy now and go back into the racks, where we could have maybe like 3 racks already selected. I'm sure 80% of the racks, like 80% of the sales from the racks are about 20% of the products. Pareto low is a low, so no one can break it. Sorry. Is the question? Is it a comment? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's a bit too much information on this website. That's the comment that I've been just seeing. Like that person would have give up. So same, if you do any user testing, one of the questions that I like asking is, if you were in your house right now on your couch just browsing, would you go through it or would you have give up? And people will be really honest with you. The problem as well is like playing with the colors, like red is kind of dangerous, because red is very like, it's actually danger, and people get a bit like, if there's red everywhere, it's just not good. So I would review maybe the color code to be a bit more friendly and less aggressive. Cool. And again, I'm sorry, I just don't like the banners. I think banners have a place and time. And the problem with Shopify is that if you put the banners on the entire website, so try to make sure that it's at the right place at the right time for the right people. Cool. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to move on to the next one. So Sweat. I had a look to this website. I have a lot to say. Actually, I've been able to see that there's a lot of content on this website. There's a lot of different programs. So let's get into the first page to start with. Same, we got another banner. It's a Shopify, and it's a subscription model from what I've been able to see. We are above the fold. We don't have much information at this stage. So I would try there to, have some USPs. We try to explain a bit what we do, how the subscription model works or whatever we want to show, but we're not using this space properly, So how do we make it more efficient for people to be like, okay, in 3 seconds, I know what it is. Remember, 3 to 5 seconds. It's less than a goldfish. And I know a lot of goldfish around me.
That's offensive.
Cool. So yeah, I've been able to see all this. The filtering would be really good on this website. Let's get into it. So the Sweat programs. That's when it started to be very complicated for me because I was like, wow, I don't even know the names of it. So PWR, like, I have no idea. I'm sorry. I had to do some research, and I look into it. There's a lot of different programs here. And, I think we should basically break down by categories, and those categories could have different vignettes, like you did for the homepage. It's a lot there. Maybe a filter, maybe trying to understand if people are here for balance, if they're here for cardio, if they're here for strength, if they're here for high intensity, for pregnancy. There's a lot of different things. But how do you filter that? It would be something to test. But I think people will struggle to go through the whole list by themselves. Like, you already lost me. And I don't have a bad attention span, so it's a bit rough. In terms of like pictures and content on the website, I can see there's a lot of love put into it, and there's a lot of like people working on this website. It's not the job of one person, that's for sure. It's very complete, but as you can see on the cursor here, it's such a long page. I don't think it's good for your SEO to start with. Remember that on SEO, you can work 1 or 2 keywords or 1 or 2 expression of keywords. Right here, you definitely like gone, like, or maybe you needed to have 40,000 words. I have no idea, but I would try to be a bit smarter on the way I break down the content. A lot of pictures. Yeah, filtering would be awesome. A way to like navigate to the website, especially to this page, but I would create different pages and sub pages. We don't really recommend to create like a lot of in-depth pages into the skeleton of the website, but you can see right now it's really needed. There's we didn't even get through the FAQs at this stage. I don't know if anyone want to read them, but if I can read all this, I think if I was on my phone, because remember it's a B2B website, a B2C website, people are actually on mobile, so if they go through the whole page right now, it's even harder because you get even more lines now. So yeah. So same in the footer, I would try to reproduce those categories, and not too sure how, but I would work on it and try to be smart with the design team and see how we can address that point. So for the program, and we actually respect some SEO like guidelines here. So we get our breadcrumb. Awesome. Oh, sorry, I will maybe get into a program. Let's go low impact strength. Cool. Okay. I got a timekeeper that keep on reminding me that I do a bad job.
Hey, it's my job and you asked me to do it, so here we are. No complaints, boss man.
Yeah, a lot of content. Attention span is so low. Like, I mean, yeah, it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough to go through that. No offense. It's just like, we need to be realistic. People's attention span is low. I would love to see the analytics. I would be quite curious to see the bounce rate as well. But if your bounce rate is heavy, then just make sure that we change it. yeah, it's just a lot of content there, a lot of different options. Then after we got an article, the community was quite cool. There's all the rules and stuff. Let's look at the articles. Sorry, I'm trying to find a picture where I offend no one. Let's go. Yeah, I always like a cold bath, to be honest, especially after training. Yeah, when there's so much content, try to resume your content, try to have some infographics, diversify your content. Right now, there's a lot of copywriting. It's awesome for your SEO, but try to have some like infographics that you can break down. You can use it for your social media, whatever, but people will digest the content way faster. So for me, like the good thing about a cold bath, for example, it's quite easy to explain with a few icons at the top, and it will just push people to go through the website or the article. Community was quite cool. A lot of content there as well. There's a lot of different categories. I didn't get into it. I'm sorry, I don't think I'm gonna have the time to, but I would try to review, like prioritizing as well, filtering, and making sure that I have a prioritization for what most people are looking for when they come to that community website, when they come to that page. Another thing that I found a bit frustrating at this point was when I click back here, I'm actually on the forum. Actually, sorry, I was into a new page. My bad. When I tried before, I was stuck, but it was my fault. What was it, that example? No, that's awesome. It opened a new page. Cool. I'm going to get into the Venus and a flower. So personally, I really like this website. It's very cute. It's very there's a lot of design touch into this website. A lot of love as well into the pictures. I can see, yeah, it's been taking a lot of time, but result is awesome. I'm curious to see if people that come to this website are more B2C or B2B. The mobile version is pretty cool. It's quite small for me, but I think it's doable and it's very nice. I like the flow of it. Let's get into one of the products. Let's go for small round roses. Who don't like red roses? Sorry, here we go. So I can choose the different colors. I can choose the different type of roses that I want. More options. This is very high-end flower website. We have our USPs here. There's just a lot of information on those pages. It's a very complete website. There's a lot of space to go. One of the main issue that I had when I was on the desktop version is the fact that the fonts are a bit small. I don't know if there's a way to make it a bit bigger, to make it more friendly for everyone, but that's one of the aspects of the website is there's so much things to put on this website that it make it a bit small to go through. I like as well the categories that you guys created. We have the bestsellers, the new arrivals, the design your own. You guys been thinking about it a bit more than some of the previous websites that we went through just before. So I really appreciate that because personally, I like to go to the bestseller. It's like when I go to a restaurant, the first thing I ask the waiter is, what's the best sellers? What do you sell the most in this restaurant? I don't want to waste my time with something that is, not good or not recommended. So what are people buying there? It just makes sense. And I feel like that's this box, which makes sense because it's awesome. 163 reviews, and it's a 5-star. It's a no-brainer, right? We got our product details, product care. If it's on desktop like this, I would already open it because you don't need to do the click. Again, I think it's a bit too small. Remember that it needs to be for every type of age on this website. So I will look at the demographic coming to the website and making sure that they're matching. If they are below 50, that's awesome. If they're over 50 and there's a big segment over 50, I would try to have a bigger content here. Or maybe an option for people, but it would add more features to actually grow, put the fonts a bit bigger. Different boxes. Cool. one thing that was quite interesting on this website was I really like this. I love stories. So same, they talk about their values. The values are here. Try to have some USPs if you can, so then people don't need to read. There is a lot of content on this website. It's really rich. Again, a lot of love, good pictures. It's a big investment, and that I can see it already. I can touch it. I'm on it. So the other thing that you can start thinking is how to make the user experience a bit faster for people to catch the information a bit faster on the navigation. But your values are awesome, and I think it should be like across the website or maybe like somewhere else. But yeah, anyway, you can as well play with the footer. At this stage, you guys didn't really play with the footer too much from a SEO perspective or even from a sales perspective. So you could have some of the categories coming back here, which makes sense because people always end up in the footer at the end of the visit. So it would make sense for them to go back into another category. Cool. Yeah. What's the time? We did 50 minutes in. I'm actually over time by 20 minutes. I think I'm gonna stop it there for today. But yeah, that was awesome. I hope you guys appreciate the time and you guys got some tips to take away with that. Thank you